Welcome back, family, collective, and soul tribe. Please feel free to associate yourself however you like. Thank you so much for your likes, your shares, and your subscribes. Thank you for tapping back in to What's the Juice with the Juicy T 1111 energy. I am truly grateful for each and every one of you. Okay, family? Thank you for everything that you do for the space, especially when it comes to sowing positive energy into the space so that it can lift us to our highest vibration, our highest energy. Okay, the energy that I'm speaking of right now, it is the energy of just all of your chakras in alignment, making this beautiful color with all of them intertwined. Something about the aurora lights. The aurora lights. Interesting. Okay, so before we tap into too much, let's go on. I want you to focus on your breathing for me for 1 minute. I am going to watch the timer. Okay, within this time, I would like you to either ask yourself 3 questions or just 1 question for 3 answers. Okay, so let's go on and tap in right now. 1, 2, 3. In through your nose, out through your mouth for 1 minute. Focus on a question that you want answered, okay? And I will let you know when that minute is up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, family, now let's go on and tap in. Let's see. Let's get the first answer, okay? Now, you may just have 1 question and there may be 3 answers for it. You may have asked yourself 3 questions. Then there will be 3 answers for it. Okay? All right, let's tap in. Okay. So the first answer here is no limitations. Okay, so for somebody here, you need to know no limitations. Now, what this energy is giving me, family, is no limitations when it comes to what it is that you are capable of when you put your crown, your entire chakra into it from the crown down. Okay. Um, a lot of people want to think things are very impossible, it can't be done, but you see people all day long, all over, different channels who move things and objects without even touching them. Now, yeah, a lot of people say that's not true, but I don't know about that. Okay. I'm not here to, say that it isn't. Okay. But somebody here, the answer to your question is to know. Okay. Knowledge, no limitations. Okay. When it comes to whatever it is that you can do. Okay. Now we're going to seek a third answer. Okay. Mm. And somebody here, it would be better to focus on your work. Okay. It would be better to focus on your work. So, for whatever question that was that you had on your mind when it says it would be better to focus on your work, I don't know if this is like, you trying to help someone, if you're trying to, be a helping hand for someone, or if you are, studying something versus, you mastering your work. It would be best for you to focus, I feel like, on yourself versus somebody else. Somebody here is consumed with someone else's work. Okay? And it's better for you to focus on your own. Okay? Take it how it resonates. Last question here before we tap into the messages. Yes. It says, yeah. Try a more unlikely solution. Oh, wow. So somebody here, you need to try a more unlikely solution. This is something you've never even thought about pertaining to a circumstance or a situation. And it's unlikely. So it's something that means that you wouldn't even have maybe even tapped into that energy if spirit didn't tell you to right now. That's what I'm picking up on. Okay. So that is how we are going to start this here message. Okay, family, thank you for tapping in. Yeah, let me just put it there like that. Oh, I don't know. But in case you want to know, yes, the book of answers. All right. So let's tap in. Let's tap in. Woo! Let's see what the messages are. Okay, Spirit. I heard that. Okay. So pertaining to your answers, the answers that were given. Now this is this full energy out here. Okay. It says an exciting new journey begins. So embrace spontaneity and trust that this path will lead to personal growth. Okay. Message. All right. For some of y'all out here, okay. Depending on the questions that you had, right? Then we have this star energy here, okay? It says, have hope and visualize your aspirations. Interesting. That goes with that, it'd be best to just focus on your work. Okay, you're aligning with your spiritual renewal. Okay. Mm. Mm. So yeah, it would be better to focus on your work, okay? For some of you, it's better to know no limitations. You may have been restricting yourself or limiting yourself, okay? Okay. And third message before, yeah, temperance. Wow. Okay, so it says, yeah, you have achieved inner balance and equilibrium in your relationships and life overall. So this is giving me, that's where you need to know no limitations, meaning like, there's nothing that you cannot get accomplished or do if you don't put, if you put your mind to it. There's nothing that you cannot do. So for this no limitations, that's it. It's like you have been limiting yourself. Okay, yeah, but you at the bottom of the deck have magician energy here. It says, yes, you have the skill and willpower to manifest your desired outcomes through focused intention. Mm-hmm. And somebody dropped the third answer to the question. I can't recall it right now. I'm trying to, but it's just not coming to me. So that means that it may not have been relevant. At least not for, some of y'all. The answer that came out. The first one was no knowing. The second one was, yeah, the best thing would be to focus on yourself. And then the third one was what? Drop it in the comments if you remember, y'all. I have to go back and look and see. But then we have here that came out for this overall energy mirror, okay? Somebody here is reflecting back what you projected towards them. Okay, it says, I reflect back what you project, revealing truth about yourself through what you see in me. This may be you doing this or them doing this, but I reflect back what you project, okay? So you may have been reflecting back what people were projecting towards you. Okay. I don't know if you were doing it the same exact way that they were, but some of you were, some of you were, giving the goose what was good for the gander type energy, right? This could throw a lot of people off because it caught them off guard because they didn't, yeah, because they didn't expect you to be as real as you were, and you were just showing how it feels type energy for some of y'all. Okay. So it says, yeah, I reflect back what you project, revealing truths about yourself, right? Okay, yeah. They couldn't handle the truth about themselves, especially when what was good for the goose was good for the gander type energy. Okay. And it says, it goes on to say, yeah, what you see in me. Yeah, the truths about yourself through what you see in me. So, I feel like for so long you guys have been emanating that energy of just, love, 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 but you weren't receiving that. And then when you finally threw back what it was you were receiving, and I don't mean like, in a violent way or anything like that, but how people give you a smug, dirty look, but then when you look back at them like that, they are confused, like, right? Okay. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're not greeted with the love, the respect, you tend to give back what you're greeted with. With that being the case, okay, it says, I'm intrigued and eager to learn more and figure you out, because that could have been the first time that has ever happened to somebody. For whoever's resonated with this message, like, you may have always just taken the dirty looks and just was like, okay, well, you never shot one back. Somebody was like, whoa, really? Ha! Now they're intrigued. Now they want to know, this, they, you, yes. They like, oh yeah, they're not one like everyone else. Yeah, you carry a lot of weight. That weight you carry with you is some leverage. hmm That weight you carry with you is some leverage. They was like, okay. Somebody out here wants to know. Yeah, they want to know right now. Okay. They want you to open up and trust them so they can use your secrets against you, because they want to know, well, shit, well, what makes them so high and mighty? You like the Most High God? The one that they fail to acknowledge. hmm The ones that didn't have that faith. So everybody was walking by sight of darkness, of what the bling and the blang looked like, and all the bells and whistles and the diamonds and the stuff that shines, right? Things that fold, make your bank accounts grow. Yeah, and that's what they were looking into. But you were that star energy. You were that star energy. Yeah, you stay clear of them distractions now. You know better. You knew better. You knew that people would interfere with what you had going on, especially when it came to your life path of clarity, guidance, being intuitively guided, knowing things that you know you need to know. This knowledge you carry is going to help the future world. Okay, the goals that you have been set to accomplish throughout this lifetime. You knew that people would come in to interfere with those goals and waste your time and your energy. You knew to stay clear of those distractions. Yeah. A lot of people, they be wanting your position, especially when it's high ranking in the spiritual realm. Yes. Now you can sit back and laugh. You can laugh about a lot of things right now, and I don't mean from from an egotistical vendetta type energy. I mean, like, you just sit back and can laugh about some of the things that you've experienced in your life with the people, because you like, I'd be damned, this is crazy. Spirit is saying, I'll be a shining light in your life and bring you laughter and joy. Yeah, you may do that now, okay? You may be the shining light in somebody's life and bring them laughter and joy. It could be off of the stories you share with them, your truths that you speak with them, your experiences. And when I say stories, yeah, whatever happened to you in your life, don't think you can't turn it into a movie or a book. Shit. That's a safe space for y'all. That's therapeutic. That's a therapeutic writing. Therapeutic journaling. Getting it out on paper. Shit. Something like that for some of y'all. Yeah, but that's a safe space. It says, I accept and respect. Okay? Somebody is accepting and respecting you for who you are and ask only for the same in return. They're seeing how you had to deal with a lot of stuff. Shit, most of these people couldn't even last a second in your shoes. That's why they would never even want to be in your position. And you can flat out ask them that, and they'll tell you, hell no. Okay, family. For real, though. Let's see what's up with this temperance. Yeah. See, you stayed friendly throughout the chaos. Yeah, that's that patience right there. Yeah, I come with warmth and good intentions, bringing joy and light to your life. And that was during a chaotic period in your own life. Okay, that's when you just felt like you were a magnet for trouble and all the drama and the trauma and the gossip and the anxiety and all the ups and downs of the roller coasters. You may have felt like you were a magnet at that time. But deep down inside, you knew something wasn't your fault. But yeah, you could feel that you were definitely being targeted and just unproportionately. Like it's like, damn, is everybody else living like this? Like every time you turned around, type thing. Yeah, it was starting to leave a trail of mayhem behind you. But during all that chaos, family, guess what? You still stayed friendly. You still came with that warm and good heart and full of pure, clear intentions, bringing nothing but joy, light to your lives and others. Whether they want to admit it or not, they cannot say that it did not happen. You do have those out there, though, family, that'll be like, oh, please, you can't. You're right. I cannot make you happy, but bitch, you're not going to overwhelm me with your drab ass attitude around me. I may not be able to make you happy, but I sure can irritate your demons. Look, I can't make it up. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you came like that was a sabotage to their whole program. Period. You were deliberately working to undermine that negativity. Forget what they was going through. hmm The efforts and the obstacles they were trying to place in front of you, shit. They ended up sabotaging themselves. Because you made it a point not to get involved with that type of negative energy. hmm Yeah, that's why your status is where it's at. Status quo. No, I'm kidding. Okay, family, that's why your status is where it's at. Social standing is very important, okay, at this point in time in your life, because it's like, where did you stand? Did you stand for the bullying, the manipulation, the lies, the deceit, the trickery, or did you stand in moral standards and values, diligence, resilience? You know what I'm saying? Against this kind of energy. So, there's some statuses out here, right? There's the high vibing status, and then there's low vibrational status. And I feel like the people where the status was most important to them, they're low vibing. hmm They were only interested when it was a status that was going to elevate them. You don't even work with a status, but I'm going to tell you your status. It is of a very high spiritual ranking status. hmm Because you move with integrity. You don't have any groups or cliques you're trying to be with. You don't have anyone you're trying to impress. And that's the difference. hmm Yeah, now they're stalking your social media. I'm telling you, because a lot of you out here right now have moved into the entertainment era, and the entertainment era is just about, sharing information, whether it's fictional, non-fictional. Okay, it's for everyone to do their own research, use their own discernment type energy. But right now, there's a lot of, different information out there, lots of information out there coming from all different types of people. Okay. And that is what, a lot of people are realizing right now. They've got opinions that will never get spoken about unless, they start some sort of a platform, or you've got TikTokers, you've got YouTubers, you've got everything out there, right? And it's because they're getting the knowledge out there where there's somebody sitting here looking at you, stalking. Okay, stalking your social media, or their stock, or you're stalking theirs for whoever that message is going to resonate with, like that. But they're watching and looking and lurking and just secretly obsessed over every single thing that you do, trying to mirror your energy here. And that's the thing. It's either within you or it's not. Yes. You know, they may even be thinking about how to reach out to you, going back and forth. You know how you type a message out and type a message up, or, type it out and back it up. This is what's going on, right? They don't know how to just, reach out to you. Some of them don't even know how to get in contact with you. They don't even know if you're going to respond. Yeah. They want to say something to you that could have maybe never been said. This could be somebody want to come in and give you an apology, and you're just looking at it like, at this point in time, whatever's happening, you've moved on, you've moved past it, type energy. hmm Yeah, this person could be trying to hold back too, and they're just dreading. Okay, they're just dreading, the response. Look at her face. Like, somebody out here could be really dreading the response. This could be a family member, a friend, a close friend. They're saying up here, I still love you type energy up there in that dot. They still love you. Yeah. But they've drafted this in their mind, possibly to even send it. Okay. They may have drafted it in a text and an email, and they just haven't pressed send yet. But it's just because at this point in time, they don't know how you're going to, take them. They're curious to know, like, how you're going to take this. Are you going to laugh at them like they're a joke, especially after whatever they did? Or are you going to be in the energy of forgiving them, moving on, but leaving them at a long handled spoon? Okay. Yeah, look. Somebody is praying and hoping that, your soul comes back online for them. Okay? That your energy returns, that the alignment, that the spiritual, reset, has them included in your life some kind of way, because they are curious to see when this does take place. You could be going through it now and you are finally clearing out the closet, or you are making your decision on who is going to come with you on this journey, because you are definitely getting ready to head towards the next assignment. For who does you look, yeah, Spirit says sneak it in there. Okay, Spirit says sneak it in there. Yeah, muted, not moved on. Okay, so you may have muted somebody who hasn't moved on, who's still trying to hide their feelings, okay, act like everything is calm, cool, and collected, and it's not, and they are still hurting inside. And you have just muted out that whole energy. You don't allow it in your energy field anymore. Somebody knows that. They know that, family. They see it, they feel it, they know it. They know that you're not, allowing them back in. You're not, entertaining whatever it is they have going on. Somebody here, I feel like they just feel like, you've ascended, okay? Your soul is now back online and you're full of joy and laughter, and you've got a lot of people muted because it holds your peace. Keeps you from going through those energy shifts. It helps out with somebody here who could possibly be depressed. Yeah. These folks, look, they can't move on because they know they lost a gem. Seriously. It's like losing a diamond. You were a diamond in the rough, a needle in the haystack. Yeah, they can't move on from that. They feel stuck in a loop, missing, missing you. Okay, you could be missing them. Crosswatcher Collective, somebody out here, just flip the roses you see fit. Okay, but somebody out here can't move on. They are missing you. They didn't get the closure they wanted. Some of y'all ain't worried about giving no closure. Okay. You're like, whatever happened in the past, it's in the past. Yes, I cannot make it up because you got new life begins. And because you have a new life beginning, somebody could be out here trying to guilt trip you. Oh, you never really loved me. You looking like, no, now, don't do that. You like, now, don't do that. Don't do that. You know you deserve better. Don't play. Do yourself a favor. Don't lie right now. Okay? Somebody is out here like, wow. They know the truth was revealed. You love them more than they love themselves. And now that little illusion that they thought they had all the love in the world for themselves is now shattered, now they over here feeling heartbreak. No, now, don't do that. At the bottom of the deck, Spirit is saying, now, you deserve better than that. Okay, just go on and face that like a trooper. Okay, go on and face that like a trooper, because you had to, family. You had to pick yourself up. You had to pick yourself up and step into the energies of your self-worth and realize it and become empowered by it. Nobody else came in to save you. The moment you realized no one was coming in to save you, There are people that are out here in this push and pull energy right now going through that. Yes, determined. Okay, you got somebody here that is determined on getting your attention. Tell me why determined came out. Somebody that's very persistent, still holding on, flowers and gifts. Yeah, they're very determined. Who's this determined person? Why? What's going on? Why they so determined? Mm. You got somebody trying to come back into you because they borderline about to lose their job, don't know how it came out on the fence. This, yeah, you was the one providing that stable foundation. So this is why somebody could come towards you being persistent, still holding on, claiming flowers and gifts here because they borderline damn near about to be unemployed. That's fucked up, okay? Broke, fire, living beyond their means. That might be why somebody coming back towards you, family. That's crazy. Didn't I say earlier something about, you might be having a platform. I'm telling you, there's millions of, people out here now that are stepping into their creativity. Shoot, I can't wait to see these short movies they say they're going to have coming out, like 15, 20-minute movies, where it could, I don't know if they're going to be using AI looking like real people or what, but, that's where every movie uh, producer that wanted to be, but just couldn't get their foot in the door at Hollywood. You being guided right now. I can't make it up. This is your guidance coming through right now for some of y'all. So have faith, okay? Because something that you create is going to be healing for the masses. Your intuition and your dreams are guiding you towards that at this time. Some of y'all are going to be book writers, but I mean, you're really going to tap in, okay? You're going to find new ways to sell your art for somebody here. There's going to be new types of musics coming out, and you're not going to have to just sit up here and wait to go with one of those big labels and stuff. It's like you're going to be able to produce your own music. You're going to have your own community support. Book writers, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing big time movie producers, though, Somebody is going to be telling their story through movies that they produce, okay? And this is a soul contract. This has something to do with healing the world, okay? There's going to be soulmate energy here, partnerships, spiritual unions coming in here. That might be why somebody want to come back, because they already know you're ahead of the game here. But you already are intimate and passionate about somebody, Spirit is saying. Or somebody is going to be coming into a union that is going to be very, a lot of intimacy and passion here. This is a chemistry, okay? This is a chemistry right here that is going to be undeniable. That's why somebody might be trying to head back. Yeah, you could be. I hope you ain't making a reconciliation just because somebody's, no, don't fall for that. Use your discernment right now. Okay, family, I ain't playing. But nevertheless, there's a reconciliation, okay, coming along with the ethers, period, okay, with Mother Gaia, period, with the, living, energies here on Mother Gaia at this time. There's a loving harmony coming in. People are resolving issues, getting back together, getting their head back in the game. And this ain't the game of, manipulation and deceit. This is the game of prosperity and moving forward. And you are very well a part of that. And people know. People know. Yeah. They know. They know that any contact to you, it's been blocked by the universe. That's why there could be silent treatment. And there's a lot of cutoffs happening right now, and the cutting off of communication, because people know that, they used their leverage back in the past. And all that leverage did, family, was just show you who they really were. You were advised to block them. Get rid of them. Get them out your energy field. Right. Tell me more, Spirit. And focus on self-love, even if that consisted of dating yourself. Do you hear me when I'm telling you this? Okay, some of y'all been dating yourself so long that when this self-love, the self-love you've been showing yourself had a lot to do with you courting and dating yourself. Loving you, taking back, your energy, taking back, what it was that had been taken from you. Okay? Taking back everything that you felt you had been stripped of because you were dealing with leeching type energies, taking control, finally being happy. That's where this self-love started. You started dating yourself, literally. And I don't mean from a nasty perspective, get your head out the gutter if you're over here like that, but I'm saying literally taking yourself out, you know, enjoying what it was that you wanted to do. Some of you may not even want to move or go outside because you've made a sanctuary where you are at. So therefore, you just really take care of yourself, your home, your everything. Type that energy, right? That new love that you found for yourself is also being passed on at this time. There's going to be options, okay? And that's because I feel like this self-love, this self-care has given you the confidence to get back out there and find or make yourself available for your divine masculine or divine feminine energy. And I don't mean you had to turn into some Barbie doll to do it either. You didn't have to turn into some 6-pack, 8, 9-pack man either. It's just about something here has moved you to step into this confident energy to where you already know, yeah, there was a lot of mirroring going on with the distractions and the chaos. People were using it all for leverage. And as soon as you woke up to that, you were able to move accordingly. Okay? Yeah. And that moving accordingly put you right on in the spotlight, the limelight. Many of you are going to have an audience or, just have people that, believe in you because they are going to be able to, they're going to know the fake from the real. They know where you came from versus those that have been out here being self-absorbed. That's what the downfall is. That self-absorbed shit. I can't stand that when people don't want to really just admit that, hey, you did not do shit on your own. The Most High, the divine creator of all living things, your angels, your ancestors, your spiritual team. You know what I'm saying? Folks be out here, I did, if it wasn't for me, yeah. That's why they defending they shit now. They know it was group effort, teamwork. You gonna have somebody coming in trying to defend their position. I promise you. It's the government. They fucked me over. No, you've been fucking people over all your life. Now it's coming back on you. Shut up. Okay, family, that's that energy. 32, 37, 36, all that. Okay. All right, I'm gonna leave that message here. I love you so, so much. Okay. Hopefully, I'm just curious, drop in the comments how you felt about the book of answers and just the responses that came out, because they were some good ones. Okay, family. All right, thank you for tapping in. Thank you for being here. If you have yet to subscribe, go on and do that. Don't forget to hit your notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the divinely guided messages. Okay, let's close out. Oh, before we do, I love you and the divine loves you. Let's close out. I call my power back. I release the weight of the matrix and its betrayal and deception. I stand rooted and grounded in my truth. I am whole. I am becoming, and so it is. Ashe. Okay, family. And until next time, you have a magnificent day. Ashe.